My name is Imbi. I am a musician, performer, visual artist, and just keeper of the good vibes.
Overwhelmed, the water swells with the moon just as well. I should have known we were doomed.
I was only on the precipice, right on the edge of my gender journey when I first launched my music project, which was Imbi the Girl. I am so passionate about authenticity, so passionate, and I speak about it openly in almost every single one of my sets. I'm like, this is what's important to me. I'll often do affirmations in my set, and one of them will be like, I love and honor my authentic self. And the whole time I was up there saying these words for those 3 years, and I wasn't being authentic. I felt like there was this inauthenticity, and people would ask me, because I was out as non-binary, and different publications or interviewers would be like, so you're non-binary, why is your name Imbi the Girl? And I'd construct this answer that I told myself to believe, which was something about like being femme and like championing femme artists and like recognizing that there's still a lot of misogyny in the music industry, which is all true. But when I left my manager and had all of this space to be like, well, what do I actually want this project to be? How do I actually want to engage with this in a really authentic way? It was a reimagining for me, and the first step in that was establishing an authentic title, an authentic name. Ditch the girl and just get to the nitty-gritty, the real shit.
I'm back. Sorry about the hiatus, honestly not sure what it was, but I think it was the acid, God forbid.
The dominant thing that inspires me the most is community. The more and more I engage in the queer community and the arts community, the more I recognize how sacred each individual connection is, and then recognizing the way that those individual connections can form this net that will just catch you in any vulnerable moment and hold you there. That's infinitely inspiring to me. I had this realization during COVID that I was really depressed. My mental health had deteriorated in ways that it hadn't for a really long time. But I realized that I didn't have spaces to perform, and it wasn't necessarily about getting up on stage. It was about performing my authentic self in different spaces, whether it's coming to the tit for a drink, whether it's walking down the street with my headphones in. I wasn't allowing myself to embody in the way that gives me life.
'Cause I know we all got endless time. Oh, I know we all got endless time.
So now that I have this freedom to pursue art in whichever way I want, I'm like really excited to honor that discomfort that comes in different modes of performance. I can't put into words. It's a new level of vulnerability for me. I only really realized that I was a person of color when I was 18 years old. I was raised by my mother, who is Australian. We lived with her. I went to a private Jewish school with predominantly South African, Ashkenazi, European Jews. And only really in having a conversation with my sibling was I suddenly enlightened to the fact that I am brown, and all of these microaggressions and all of this racism that I'd received growing up suddenly became very clear to me. I've been constantly ruminating on what that means for me and where my cultural identity actually sits. In thinking on that, I really wanted to explore that dissonance, that disconnect in cultural yearning versus cultural embodiment, and that idea of homeland. So my piece tonight is all about what it actually means to have home. Oh God, someone send me home. Just kidding, I am home.